It is 11 o'clock. It is the 16th day of December, the 16th day of Vlogmas, and I am your grumpy guide to all things gaming, the OGGM, with more Wednesday news. So we're trying out a new format here of doing one specific topic on Monday, one specific topic on Wednesday, and one specific topic on Friday, and then during the weekends, in case, I actually go back to work soon or whatever. Anyways, we're trying to make it a little bit more formatted. So let me know what you think of the new format. Anyways, crowdfunding news. I forgot to do on Monday. So the following Kickstarters, crowdfunders are coming to an end, and looking at them, it brings up an interesting question that I will pose momentarily. So the following Kickstarters, crowdfunders are coming to an end this week or soon. These are all, of course, estimated dates. Obviously, everything is up in the air because of COVID and because of people working from home and because obviously FedEx and Amazon are all delaying normal shipments of anything to put all their energy first and foremost into delivering the COVID vaccine. So these are all tentative. Okay, so from a company called Cobalt Press, we have ending on January 1st, Southland's 5th edition, A Realm of High Adventure. This is apparently Cobalt Press signature setting, so this is their home world, sort of a Middle East pirates, Arabian Nights themed thing. I thought Cobalt Press's thing was Midgard, but I guess I was wrong. Anyways, its Kickstarter is ending this week, so if that's something you feel like supporting, it ends January 1st. From Deep Dungeon Games, we have something called Voyage of the Vagabond, a system-neutral campaign setting. System-neutral content focuses on terrain, travel, and how magic affects them both. The 3-book series about travel, and that ends January 1st. From Alivi Revenue, we have a Knock issue 1. It's a RPG magazine, a very thick-looking RPG magazine. 212 pages of D&D history, tables, classes, and more. Wow, a 200-page isn't really a magazine; it's a book. Anyways, that Kickstarter ends on December 22nd. From Fumble Pals for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, we have Ren's Guide to the Modern World and its Cities. It's 250 pages, 30 villages, towns, and cities, as well as guilds, services, classes, blah, 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 blah. From Philip Reed Games, from Mork Borg, thank you, something supporting Mork Borg, we have Kolo's Book of Monsters, a third-party Mork Borg book. From Philip Reed Games, so this is adding some new monsters and terrors to the already terribly awesome post-fantasy apocalypse world that is Mork Borg 2020 Game of the Year. From LFSOR, we have a system-neutral book coming out. Oh, I'm sorry. That ends its Kickstarter on January 1st. From LFOSR, we have a system-neutral Kickstarter ending on January 1st called A Packet of Particular Peaks. 75 pages dealing magic items, beasts, and 3 interesting mountain peaks. So, an adventure thingy. From HTT Paladin, we have something called Polyhedro, which seems to be a interview-based magazine, 150 pages of interviews. That Kickstarter ends December 22nd. So if you want to read interviews with tabletop developers. From Grimm Press, we have something called Allies and Antagonists, a big book of D&D 5e NPCs for 5th edition. That ends its Kickstarter January 5th, and that's 200 pages of 100 plus NPCs. So, of those, only one is not 5e, directly or indirectly related to Dungeons & Dragons 5e, which poses the question, was there a 5e OGL SRD that I was not aware of? Does anybody know? Is 5e the new OGL? It seems like a lot of people are making products for 5e D&D and 5e inspired stuff. We've seen a superhero game, a modern day horror game, a couple science fiction games, a cyberpunk game, all sort of jumping on the 5e D&D bandwagon. So when was that an OGL? Or is that all these just fall under the original OGL? It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. I wish, obviously, more people would stop supporting 5e and start supporting smaller products, smaller product lines, more efficient product lines. You can tell the story you want to tell with other systems besides 5e. And let's face it, the 5e train is starting to slow down, guys. I mean, like I said earlier this week, I've actually met a person recently who did not know what Dungeons and Dragons was. And a year ago, I would have thought that was impossible. Even 6 months ago, it was like you mentioned D&D, like everybody knows who it is now. We're so popular. But obviously the popularity press train is coming to an end, possibly because of the direction Critical Role is going, possibly because just, you can only milk the 80s for so long. I don't know. But yeah, so what is going on with 5e in 2021? That would be the topic of a separate vlog, I suppose. If you appreciate this content and want to see more stuff like this, and you want to see this new format I'm going for, comment down below. If you're planning on unsubscribing, let me know why you're unsubscribing, because I can't fix it if you don't tell me why it's broken. And speaking of subscriptions, if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the OGGM Adventures, please take a moment out of your time and consider subscribing. Help me hit 250 subs by the end of the year. It helps you know what direction the OGGM Adventures is going, and it helps me know what you want to see. Thank you. I will talk to you newshounds later. And yes, the hat's going away at the end of the year.